They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet, the mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
I could not be here breathing and be comfortable if I was
every election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
So you said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
Yes.
Term is 4 years?
Yes.
Okay. Plans of running for re-election?
I'm running for both my seats. And I'm going to win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections at the same time?
They are.
Bullshit. Bullshit.
All right, remember, the whippersnappers can't do it like you. Hey, they not like us. All right, let's move forward. Thank you for being here. So now we're going to get to a flashback of E-Vett towings. This is Lawrence Gardner versus Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Inspector Kim Austin. Dun, 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 dun. And then number 2. She's officially fired. This is not the second time I mentioned her name, but this is the second time for tonight. She's involved in this lawsuit too. This broad got to go. Nobody verified if this is the same. Did one of y'all verify that that's the same lady who was arguing with it's right at the tip of my tongue. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I said her name before. Anyway, I'll find the video because the last time I brought her name up, I was like, she was arguing. All right. You love the song? All right. Come on, y'all. I'm going to need y'all to let me know. Do y'all like it? I'm going to give a shout out to one of my, I like this guy. This guy is very funny. He's very holistic. When he does his lives, his comic, like he talk about real life stuff. Like, you know, try to give advice through his comic relief. So I like him. I haven't been to a comedy show in years. He had me dying. I was crying. Like all of them was ridiculous. They were funny as hell. All right. So now we're going to just do a flashback. Yes, it's over for Tiffany. Tiffany is not coming back. I don't think that she's going to show her face. Thank you. Thank you. So we got 2 votes in this official. When anytime that we get a win, we're going to play that. Okay. This week, let's just before we read this, I just want you guys to realize what happened on the last meeting. All of the events that was named to actually happen for 2025 was not agreed upon yet. And Stephanie Wiedemann, yes, Valerie Stubbs. There we go. Yes, Grace. It was the same lady, Kim Austin versus Valerie Stubbs. Okay, I got to get the video. We get the video. We're going to show y'all the video, okay? I remember because she pulled up on Valerie, and Valerie was not playing that. She was like, I don't need no permit. This is in my house. Da, 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 da. She was like, know your job. Do your job. It was a little messy. This is this lady. So thank you for the update. As far as tonight, no tax refund has been approved yet, but it was on the agenda. I think they need to go more into it. As she said, the budget got to be approved. And we're going to look at that because we're going to look at the amount that goes into each fund when it comes to taxes that's coming in. And we're going to kind of get an idea of what they're going to levy on y'all. We know it's at least 12 million right now. I remember. It was 7 in one, 5 in the other. Like 12 million in levies. So thank you so much. I am that one. I appreciate you. Y'all know 10% of my proceeds every month goes to Cara to help support her Love Legacy Foundation, where she gives out gifts to parents, loved ones who has been affected by excessive force, police, killings. Shout out to you. Thank you so much. You helped me support my baby girl mama. You know what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Cara because she been having to share Lexi with me in spirit. Yes, shout out to Miss Cara. Love and blessings to her. And thank you so much. So, no 100% tax refund, but we did see that on the agenda. Also, no parties approvals right now. One thing that we did not see is Taste of Thornton on that little agenda. And I was inquiring about it because within the budget, they did have $11,000 that looked like income or allocated to. I had to verify because it was kind of confusing. So it was on the budget. Okay, so we're going to keep that in mind, y'all. And as the resident said, we got to slow down. Wait a minute. She like, $5,000 is too much for an event. Fuck that. It's too much. And I was like, $5,000 not too bad. Grandma was like, hell no. 2,500. What you need? I'm with you, Grandma. Be very, very frugal. Thank you. I am that I am. And I love your picture. It's so beautiful. Okay. Also, what else? I just wanted to see if there's anything that happened, because it seems like I was wondering why they put it on a agenda and they didn't approve it. But I think they were showing the residents that they're moving forward to discuss these things, that it is on their radar, and that they are trying to work with the supervisor. Because I'm like, 100% tax credit. Why is it on there? Is Tiffany coming? But that's what I get from them putting it actually on there. If I'm mistaken, I don't know. No, that's what I'm thinking. And shout out to you, Honeymoon. Thank you. You caught the notification. They be over there playing with you with the notifications, girl. But you be on it. And shout out to the playback team and my weekend review team, because I be in the audience with y'all watching the replays, going to work like, look, y'all. Yup, I'll be right there with y'all going to work. I love y'all. Thank you for supporting me. I appreciate it. There's a lot of hard work that I put into this channel. So let's get into it. Let's do a little flashback of E-Vett towing. E-Vett towing. The same thing happened to E-Vett towing that happened with Pablo's, where Lacey was running down on them. Illegally. Just being a fucking menace. Okay, so the parties involved in here is Commander Lacey. You see, we're gonna have to put him back on the radar because he still got to handle shit. Because what we're gonna read to you, if we could get to, if y'all got the bearings for it, and I do too, the Pablo's update. Because on the Pablo's update, basically it was Lacey Lewis affirming what he said originally, in which he couldn't affirm shit. But if we go through it, it'll give you a refresher what's happened with Pablo's and possibly how much longer Pablo's got to wait. These things are going to be rolling into the next administration. So you guys got to keep your eyes on it. So this one with E-Vett towing highlights crazy ass, thick ass Yoshi. Don't forget this Lacey. Let's get him. Him driving his car after Jedediah. All right, I had to say it. Okay, Tiffany is involved. Lawrence Gardner. Okay, now, this is the factual evidence. This is what happened. Lawrence Gardner purchased the property. We talk about E-Vett towing, trucking, and warehouse, okay? They locked him up a lot of times, too. These motherfuckers was ridiculous with him. Okay, so, it says, operating in the business premises, defend in the village of Dalton, his obligation was to make repairs to the property. He put up $1,000 at escrow. I don't know where that's needed, but where that escrow go? But it looked like Dalton was collecting money for escrow. For what? I don't know. I never heard this, but y'all can educate me, okay? Because I haven't built the property in the different town, but I have got things done at my home, and I need to put nothing in escrow. But I'm gonna shut up. Educate me. In September 2021, the plaintiff filed a business license. The plaintiff was told that he could operate pending a business license. The plaintiff made repairs to the property. Here he goes spending money, sounding like St. Patrick. Same old MO. On May 3rd, 2022, the plaintiff business was shut down by the village of Dalton Police Commander Lacey. Yes, I have to be drama felt when I say this because we haven't talked about Lacey thick, funky ass in a long time. He's still involved in shit. He ain't retired with his little ass arms over there like drinking his It's from his baby bottle and shit. Losing. Let me keep moving. Let me stop, okay? I gotta get on Lacey. I haven't talked about him in a while. I miss his little Yoshi arms, okay? On June 6th, 2022, the plaintiff was given the license for his business, okay? Remember who we're talking about. This is E-Vett Towing. On January 22nd, 2023, the plaintiff held the business party at the business location. Do y'all remember this case? And they ran down on him. The plaintiff, they said that the plaintiff was selling liquor unauthorized. The plaintiff said they was not selling liquor unauthorized. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner was initially found liable of administrative court of Village of Dalton unauthorized sale of alcohol on February 16th. This administrative court, 9 out of 10, I think was under Henyard, but I have to verify. That's what I'm thinking. On March 6, 2023, plaintiff Lawrence Gardner filed a pro se administrative review, Gardner versus Village of Dalton, challenging the February 16th finding. So I do believe it was her team, probably Delgado and them. You know, Delgado, his friend, Delgado's the lawyer to represent for Dalton. The friend is the hearing board judge. You know how that go. And then his ass, you just guilty. Just guilty as all hell. So on May 27, 2023, rather than complying with the court order, because this is what happened, the defendant, Village of Dalton, ignores its summons and action, and an order to default when entered against May 22nd, okay, because Gardner filed a pro se administrative review, and I believe he took it out of Dalton's hand, but they ignored the order, okay. Village of Dalton closed Gardner business, claimed that it was not approved for occupancy, and put a sticker and notice announcing the closing of the business. Moving on, August 6, 2023, judgment was entered at Cook County Court for the plaintiff Lawrence Gardner, and Village of Dalton was ordered to pay the cost. So, excuse me, hold on 1 second, y'all. I'm still fighting it just a little bit. So when he filed his appeal and actually got his Fourth Amendment rights granted, he won. He won, but the Village of Dalton ignored it. Okay, so today the defendant, Village of Dalton, has not paid the cost due to Lawrence Gardner. The closure of E-Vett Towing and Warehouse business allegedly revoked the business license and were in violation of the plaintiff due rights in that no notice of a hearing. Again, supposed to have due rights. They violated. Upon inquiry, plaintiff Lawrence Gardner was told to talk to defendant Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner attempted to talk to Tiffany Henyard, but she walked away. You know how she is, disrespectful. It says in efforts to further deprive Lawrence and E-Vett Towing and the Warehouse LLC from accessing and using their property, defendant Mayor Tiffany Henyard used her private security and Village of Dalton Police Department to obstruction, allowing anyone to enter the property. So they obstruct anyone from entering the property. She used the police and her bullies. She used Lacey. Remember this. This is why I talk about the police needing to be regulated. These are some of the things you have to talk to the new board that's coming in, as well as your new mayor. Your cops are rogue. And I know you say, they're just doing what Tiffany said, but I'm not giving nobody no damn pass. If I have walked away like I did plenty of times, single mother, and was broke as all hell and said, God help me, and I walked away from this job because they thought they was going to take my license and put it on me, that's the same shit that I expect y'all to do. I'm not being nice no more. I'm not about to be politically correct. If your ass is on any of these lawsuits, you deserve to be fired. You're not working in the benefit of the people. Point blank motherfucking period. Kim Austin. So in furtherance to this edict, defendant Kim Austin and Commander Lewis came out to the property village with the Village of Dalton police. So Kim Austin came out as the inspector and said, yeah, I'm about to do my job. That's not my job. And be involved in a lawsuit. Again, I don't want to hear your name again, Kim Austin, because now you're on my list like Janice Johnson and Keith Freeman. After April, I don't want to see these people because then I'm not going to have sympathy because you have the actors that are showing themselves repeatedly. I don't care if they were bullied. Keith wasn't bullied. He was the bullier. So, all right, boom. They blocked them out of the property. They used all their goons. Tiffany goons, the Popo, Kim Austin. Just Yoshi was coming on his skateboard and shit. Lacey, I'm coming. All right. So Kim defended Kim Austin and the Village Adult to police did not have a warrant to enter the premises when they did so. The action was conducted by director of Mayor Tiffany Henyard. We're going to give y'all an update because this is one of the cases that's updated today. That's why we're reading this and giving you a flashback on what they had did and why GRACLEVI say keep your eye on Dothan police because it ain't right. It ain't right. And all these other actors. Moving forward. Then, here we go. Plaintiff Lawrence Gardner property was raided again. Approximately. I can't even get it out. Excuse me. It was raided 11 times. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It says 11 times. Approximately 11 times without a warrant. Depriving this man of his right in the result directed by Mayor Henyard. 11. Yo, he gonna get some money. This is terrible. This is gross. This is gross. When raiding occurred in question, the plaintiff were informed that it was out of his hand, and the mayor sent us. They like, where the warrant? Listen, the mayor sent us. We asking for body cams. That's what y'all should ask for, body cams, and see what the hell happened on these raids. Somebody like, you asked for the body cams. Hey, you never know. Okay, let me just put it down there. Maybe somebody else will get it. But let's see. Let's look for the body cams. These 11 raids, these motherfuckers must have been crazy. I need to get some dates on this shit right here. 11. Anyway, moving forward, the action of defendant Mayor Henyard is directly the action of defendant Kim Austin and defendant Commander Lacey Lewis were in violation of plaintiff due right process and protected by the Fourth Amendment. So count 1 is the due process. You already know. Illegal search. Illegal. 11 times. Gross. And Kim can't roll it up in there like, yeah, but you fired too. Stubbs gonna get your ass. You're gonna be the first one Stubbs get out. Okay. Count 3, excessive force. Commander Lacey. This is what he did. Let's listen to what he did. All right. The plaintiff, Lawrence Gardner, was physically injured as a result of the action of Commander Short Arms Lacey. It don't say that, but I have to add it. The actions of the defendant, Commander Lacey, was excessive, unreasonable, and unwarranted. And that's why on Thursday, we're going to go over some excessive force and what's not supposed to happen and why people like Commander Lacey Lewis were used to behaving like this. And then I'm going to show you the laws that their codes and their laws in Dothan that they're literally just not paying attention to. They just said, fuck it. No, just fuck it. Just don't mean shit. Tiffany here. Rock out with your cock out. Moving forward. Now, the next count was false arrest. January 11th. We went through this. I'm going to put the video. I read this extensively. False arrest. July 2023. Another account. False arrest. January 1st, 2024. Another account. First Amendment violation, July 2023. This is another count. Monell policy, as I told you, that is just a count to connect these individuals to the entity. And this entity is the Village of Dothan. So, again, they list all of the business license lawsuit that they knew of here. I just want to make sure they ain't got more. They got 8 to 8. You see me like, wait, am I missing anything? The ones that's already settled and that was before Tiffany, like Rutgers Holden was like just before Tiffany. So I just left that alone. So certain things like that, they used that in there, which was good because when you look at, I think Pablo's, if I can do it tonight, Pablo's 25 pages of update. We may gonna have to read that later. We're gonna read it though. It's 25 pages. Shit. And it's Lacey answering shit, not answering stuff. So we're gonna see, can we get to it, but we try to break this down for you so you guys know what happened. This is and we ain't gonna let you forget. It was a reason why GRACLEVI went through all of this last time to show y'all it was a problem. And here we go. So this is an update. Remember, 11 times they violated. That's why, thank God, fake ass Commander Lacey was the hell up out of there. Okay, and defamation, basically the same thing. So this was a review, and this was filed. Hold on. It was filed 11/18/2024. Okay, so we didn't get to the year mark yet, and this was E-Vett Towen, Lawrence Gardner versus Mayor Tiffany Henyard, Village of Dalton. Fired Kim Austin. Fired Commander Lacey Lewis. His ass gone. Kim Austin, you're out. You're fucking out. I'm tired of your name. All right, moving forward. So this is the update. On 1:30, this was joint status report. So we're going to look at the joint status report on 1:30. I mentioned to you guys that it was a update, but we didn't read it. I said we was going to read it. So, joint status report, this is where they're trying to see where we at with this. Where we at? Plaintiff complaint was filed 11/18/2024, claiming due process violation, illegal search, excessive false arrest, First Amendment retaliation, Monell policy, and defamation. Yeah. Appearance have been filed on behalf of all defendants. This is where we're at. 3, the village motion for the extension of time to file to answer was granted January 16th. Here they go. I told you they playing games with shit. They always ask for extension or move a damn lawyer. This is the chess game. And it's not the trustees, no relation. But this is how they playing the game against the people, the lawyers. So the village was to answer February the 6th. That was the time that I told you that was supposed to be an answer because they asked for an extension. So defendant Tiffany Henyard, Kim Austin, and Lacey Lewis, motion to extension of time was filed, was granted January 29th. Answer Henyard, Austin, Lacey due February 6th. So the answer was due on February 6th. Do we got the answer? We got the answer. Let's move forward. All right, we're keeping y'all up to date. This February 6, 2023. E-Vett Towen. What is going on? These people just want their damn license. No, we can't get that. You can't get your license. You're getting locked up. We locking that ass up. That's what 11 times they violated this damn man. That didn't make no sense. Shout out to everybody in the audience. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you guys liking this type of information. Now let's put this on the screen. This is the update. As for the residents, you guys need to know what's going on, what to expect. Lacey is out. I know that he regret all of the stuff he did with Tiffany. Yup, he's sitting there regretting it, looking stupid, sipping on his little ass straw like this, dribbling at the mouth. What's the hell he doing? Oh, slow ass. All right, so let's move on. His sunlit. Woo. I'm just putting it on the screen. Allegedly. Okay. Show me something. Show me what you're working with. You know, because these people coming back like Trump, trying to sue people for defamation, baby. Trump is setting the stupid ass precedents with a whole bunch of dumb shit he doing. And got dumb people like him following behind. So we just be careful what we say, beautiful. Because these motherfuckers ill. They ill. You be broke as hell. They trying to sit up there, put a gag on it on you and all types of shit, cease and desist. Oh, I learned before it happened to me. So this was their response on the 6th of February, which is a few days ago. So the defendant Tiffany Henyard and Kim Austin motioned to dismiss E-Vett Towen. After all of this lockup, Lacey Lewis violated people's rights, all types of shit. They moving forward to dismiss. Let's listen. On November 18th, plaintiff Gardner filed his 10-count complaint against the Village of Dalton, Tiffany Henyard, Kim Austin, and Lacey Lewis. Plaintiff named defendant Henyard in two of the claims: violation of Gardner's Fourth Amendment rights to due process, count 1, and Monell claim against defendant Henyard in her official capacity. Again, this when they do that Monell, this is technical. This lawyer is trying to get this count pulled off because he's saying that is repetitive. The Monell is basically the same thing as them bringing the fourth account with that particular party's name. Example: excessive force, Lacey Lewis. They won't, and I guess they want to assume that Lacey Lewis is in his capacity without them using the Monell count, but it depends on how it's written up and the law of the state. People use Monell, but maybe they don't need to. But I don't know why he's trying to pull it out. He's being technical. And this is just, anytime a motion is filed, it's just like another chess move. And the other person got to answer, and you got to answer. And then the judge be like, fuck it, trial. I'm tired of this. This is what they do. And then you spend the money on this lawyer, she spend the money on this lawyer, and guess who get paid? The lawyers. Okay, so their goal right now is to remove 2 of the counts. This was the dismiss. So it's not a total dismissal of everything because it won't even be realistic to think that they can't find the evidence and the facts behind Lacey falsely arresting them. There's no arrest warrants. It's all type of shit. Body cam could be pulled. They just can't go against that. So they're going against 2, trying to get 2 of them dropped down. So the first one is the Fourth Amendment right to due process, allegedly. And I think the Village of Dalton didn't give them the due process by suspending their license and revoking it. But they got due process through the appeal when they won the case, but Dalton did not acknowledge it and have not paid them. So I don't know if that's where they're trying to, whatever, but we're going to read that real quick. So it says plaintiff names defendant Austin in 2 of the claim: violation of the plaintiff Fourth Amendment rights to due process, count 1, illegal search and violation of plaintiff Fourth Amendment rights, count 2. All claims made against the defendant Henyard and Austin must be dismissed. Allegedly, this is just some talking shit. Pursuant to 12B6, plaintiff due process claim against the defendant Henyard and Austin is an illegal search. Claims against defendant Austin both fail to allege personal involvement and therefore must be dismissed. So they're saying that since Tiffany didn't have personal involvement, but they did say that Miss Austin was there at one of the times where they illegally searched and seized and went on the premises, and they said that Henyard had ordered it, but they didn't say Henyard was there. Body cam could show that. So this is why they're trying to pull Henyard out of it. But when we read the original complaint, they don't have conspiracy. I think that this, in my opinion, that this lawyer should amend it to add conspiracy on there, because that's what's going to pull Henyard and that's what's going to pull Austin into this, into that they conspired to basically revoke or to cause harm to E-Vett Towing by this way, by this mean, by telling this person, as though in the other lawsuits where they say, hey, it's conspiracy because there's a tone in Dalton that has been set a precedent by Henyard. There's an unknown law that you got to do what she say. And if you go against her, then you're going to be fired, They have used this same unknown law to put into the conspiracy realm and count. I think that's what this lawyer should do, because this is why I believe that this damn lawyer, who is a criminal lawyer, remember his little short lying ass, is able to try to say this, that, hey, my client didn't do nothing directly. You're not saying she did anything directly because there's no count. You just said that she allegedly ordered them there. If you put it into account as in conspiracy, then you can put in some little evidentiary facts which highlight, hey, this is what she did in other cases, just like they just did. Does that make sense? This is the tone. This is what's been going on. So I do think an amendment needs to happen to this on the behalf of E-Vett towing, because this is why they're trying to dismiss it. I'm not a lawyer. I'm a researcher. This is what I like to do. And this is the sense that I'm making of it. And this is why they asked to prolong in this case. That's why it's important for you guys to understand how these things are supposed to be written up. I'm sorry to say, your lawyer's going to play you sometimes and write the shit fucked up. It is true. They learn book work when they come from law school. Just like I learned book work as I'm a nurse. And when it came in, it's like, you know it, just do it. And I have to apply the book work to every damn system that I go into. And that's the same thing with these lawyers. But if they don't have a systematic mind of how to approach things, then they're going to be missing things. It's always you give the facts, the evidence, the law that's broken, the state law that connects to it, or you're going to put the code and how. You got to give some type of evidence. And what do you want back? What was the damage and how much you can get back and what law supported? Those are the foundation of making a good case, period. And all lawyers should do that, and they end up not doing it. So I think this is why they're trying to basically say, we're going to try to dismiss these two. So moving forward, did that break that down? Did it break it down? We're not going back into the allegations. Ouch. Because we went into these already. But it says Gardner alleges that on May 3rd, 2023, his business was shut down, as we talked about, by the Popo, by Lacey Short-Arm, and said they was issue a violation because they had liquor on the premises. Remember that. So they're saying because administrative court subsequently found him liable for unauthorization of sale on February. Now, remember that administrative court is held, to my opinion, to my understanding, in the village of Dalton, and it may have been held by Tiffany Goons, just like we showed you before, which was a Delgado representative, was the lawyer for the county. And then the judge was somebody appointed, just like how they did with the caucus, but it was a lawyer friend. Okay. So they saying you got your due process here, allegedly. And no, he did not. So they do mention that the judge has subsequently ordered the village to pay the cost with the plaintiff alleges remain unpaid. This is the village of Dalton lawyer highlighting that the judge on August 16th, 2023 sided with the plaintiff, but it remains unpaid. They are using that for their defense to get the case dismissed. This is how crooked this motherfucker is. This motherfucker crooked. You showing the judge you didn't abide by August 16, 2023 ruling, and you still didn't pay it. And you like, but he got his due process. Look, judge, that's how he got his due process. Isn't that fucking amazing? Look how crooked this system is that he can even write that. I'm sorry. He got some balls to write that. He like, yeah, he did get his due process. And we still didn't pay him, but he got it. That's why it should be dismissed right now. The fuck is going on here? All right, let's just move forward because I'm a little bit like, yo, they be playing. And y'all guys really need to understand how to read this because they over here playing. They playing with my life in my R. Kelly voice. I don't like this, yo. They think people are so stupid. So basically, they're trying to get the due process fails to state a probable cause against Henyard and Austin. Plaintiff fails to allege the constitutional protection party interest in a deprivation by the defendant Henyard and Austin. So they say, how is she directly involved in this? And the only way they're going to pull them in is through conspiracy, in my opinion. Maybe the finance lawyer, maybe he can come back through and listen to this video and clear it up if he see anything different in what I'm saying. But baby, I think that's what the lawyer need to do, add a count of conspiracy to pull Henyard into this shit. So this lawyer don't have none of this bullshit to say. Deprivation of the due process, I just explained to you how he trying to get that off. And they're just basically saying Henyard has no personal involvement behind this allegation. It fails to state probable cause against Austin. So they're trying to pull Austin and Henyard out of this, even though highlighting Miss Austin, Kim Austin, was the inspector and somebody directly involved in the license process. And her ass showed up on the property in the middle of one of them raids. All they got to do is get the damn body cam. And then they trying to remove the Monell claim, basically saying that against Tiffany Henyard is redundant in his own claim against the village. So he's saying the claim against the village is a claim against Henyard, and that's not always true. So that's bullshit. You could do a claim against somebody else in the village, but because they're an employee of the village, you have to pull the village in. This fucking, I'm sorry, I don't mean to curse. This guy is the con artist. Michael Shakila, that's the one who probably said about the knife. This is the one who wrote this paper. He's a piece of. He's a piece of. He's a piece of, and the judge better throw this shit out on his face. All I believe that Gardner lawyer need to go back and do is add conspiracy. Amend your case and add conspiracy, in my opinion. Notification of docket entry. So as of 7/6, the next day, so what happened there in the Gardner case is that they tried to get 2 of the counts taken off and trying to remove Henyard and Austin from the allegations, saying they had nothing directly to do with it. And as I told you guys, the way I think they could pull them in is through the conspiracy count, as what they did in other proceedings. Now, on 2/7, this is just the last, no. 2/7 was the docket entry was made by the clerk, minute of entry. They basically accepted the defendant Tiffany Henyard and Kim Austin motion to dismiss was accepted, and it's not over yet. Don't be afraid, y'all, just because they accepted. But they don't be afraid. And then it says the response is due by 2/28. So now Gardner has to respond. And what I think their response should be is an amended complaint that adds conspiracy. And that would just throw all that shit out in his face. That lawyer remind me of Keith Price. He gonna dig. All lawyers do that though. Just throw it up there. Throw the putty up there, see if it's going to stick. Oh, damn, hit the flow. Especially if Grace there. So 2/28, they're supposed to reply, and that is Gardner. And then by 3/14, you have Tiffany and Crooked Ass Joe, their lawyer, is supposed to respond to that. So I would pray that Gardner, E-Vett Towing, who we're talking about, would amend their complaint. So this damn lawyer don't think that they can pull Henyard and pull Kim Austin out of it. They trying to pull him out of the case, and that's not happening. So the next hearing, just to close off, we've been on for 2 hours, so we're going to stop there, and then we're going to get into Pablo's possibly tomorrow. Okay, I got you guys. I'm going to put in that work because I got a lot to show y'all this week. We got a lot to do. We got a lot of work. Y'all just hit the polls. Get my boy in there so he could give y'all some TLC. Give y'all a little bit of love, please. Okay? That's what y'all need. He got the fire. You see the fire in his eyes? I'm cracking jokes. So just to finish off, the docket was entered on February 11th, which is today years old. Okay, so you're getting straight off the presses, baby. The Honorable Judge Charles P. Crocs, I'm saying that name horribly wrong. There's a hearing coming up on 2/25 by phone. The information is there. I don't know if I can attend. I'm not going to put that up there. Y'all can go see. I think the hearing has to do with just them. I'm leery of just showing up on hearings, but if it's a public hearing that we can listen in on, I'm a listen in, dog. And I will pray that Mr. Gardner, E-Vett Towing, amend your complaint, please. I'm not a lawyer, but I do think the conspiracy count will help you guys can keep Tiffany Henyard and Kim Austin ass in there. and get the body cam. Because y'all got 11 times that y'all got ran down on by the popo dog. And it got to be on body cam. I mean, come on. Come on. What y'all think? So, hold on, y'all. That was loud. I'm going to get to y'all comments. I want to say thank you for being here with us and staying up to date. I'm going to split this up at the beginning of the live. If y'all don't remember, y'all haven't seen it. We went over Big Wood case. We know that that's going to be a long case, and that's going to be going on until y'all get another mayor in the house for Dalton. So you're going to have to keep your eye on that. And that involves Keith Freeman, funky ass. And also it involved the housing director guy. I don't even respect Williams. I call him the housing director guy. That's all he gonna get from me. Don't pray for me, Williams. Don't pray for me. All right. Thank you to I'm that one. Thank you for your contribution today. You are the shizit. I appreciate you. Check them out.
Hey, I'm back, y'all. Hey, everybody clap your hands. They not like us. I took a pocket to the pocket to put. Hey, they not like us. I took a pocket to pay. Take a poke. Hey, you a rapper, you don't give a snapper. You ain't been through nothing. Have you ever had to leave the studio? Cause you should have got low. I got y'all in my pinky toe. Hey, did you hear what I said? I took a pocket to pocket. I got y'all in my pinky toe. You a rapper, young whippersnapper. You can't be me.
Leader, they want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Imagine if my small business blew up overnight and I woke up to some sales. Boost this video so